Perhaps his goal was perhaps Lewis's goal in using the imagination was no different than Jesus' goal when he used the imagination in his communication. Jesus came to a people who had eyes but they couldn't see, ears and they couldn't hear. So what did he do? He told stories. He used parables. He used imaginative depictions to somehow break through these people so that they could see with the eye of the imagination, what they're unwilling to see with the material eye. There is a friend of C.S. Lewis's, not a friend, but an author who influenced him deeply, George MacDonald. And George MacDonald, in one of his novels, Annals of a Quiet Neighborhood, said, "We do not have souls. We are souls. We have bodies." You tell a child he has a soul, and he thinks like anything else he has, he could lose it, like his books, his keys, his coat. Don't tell him he has a soul. Tell him he is a soul. When he dies, he goes to heaven and he leaves his body behind like clipped hair on the barbershop floor, for those of you that still get your hair cut at barbershops. And so consequently, Lewis's understanding and MacDonald's understanding, we have souls. And I've read all kinds of books and literature on the soul. I could prove the existence of soul, I think, pretty easy. But traditionally, we've said the soul has a thinking part, reason. It has a choosing part, volition. And it has a feeling part, the emotion. And I want to suggest to you, even coming from an academic environment, hands down, the reason is the weakest part. If I make a bad choice with my will, my reason doesn't kick in and say, boy, Jerry, you need to change your actions. You need to repent of that bad act and you need to get back on track so you'll be okay. No, my reason being weak couches that bad choice in all kinds of excuses and rationalizations to the place where I'm blind rationally. If I'm hurt emotionally, my reason doesn't kick in and say, boy, Jerry, you need to grieve and forgive that bad thing that happened to you so you don't become bitter. No, my reason being weak encapsulates that hurt as a cyst on my soul, and you bump up against me, I'll bleed a little pus in your direction. So consequently, Lewis says, or MacDonald says, and Lewis writes about this too, the reason stands like dragon sentries in front of my heart, preventing certain things to get through. And Lewis asks, how do you get past the dragon sentries? And he says, sometimes story gets past the dragon sentries. Sometimes the use of imagination takes me to the place where I could see what I otherwise might not want to see. I think this is significant.